11 Worst Engineering Mistakes. New constructions always attract attention for their enormous sizes and the technology used, from material selection to project architecture, which can take decades to complete. Even today, many projects are not free from human errors by engineers, which can turn a construction into a fiasco or even an unmatched demonstration of technical teams' ability. Today, we will get to know the 11 worst engineering mistakes that have made some projects immortalized in the world of great constructions. Before we start, we have some news for you. We're having a giveaway on the channel for an iPhone as soon as we reach 400,000 subscribers. To participate, you need to: Number 1, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Number 2, comment using the hashtag #Top10EVT. Number 3, watch until the end because today's video is full of surprises. Like and share this news with your friends. Remember to comment with the hashtag #Top10EVT. Join now because it's totally free and you have the chance to win an iPhone in any color you want. Let's go! 1. Walt Disney Hall. Even the world's largest theme park is not free from mistakes made by engineers, who, despite having much experience, made a crucial mistake for the neighbors in this case. Because of its reflective material covering, the Disney Hall building reflects a lot of light and heat onto nearby buildings around noon, forcing nearby apartments to turn on their air conditioning to the maximum and also close all windows. Many have even sued the park, and the cases are still being analyzed to this day. Two, poorly built hotel. The Hyatt Regency Hotel had long bridges as its main attraction, which caught the attention of those who first saw the project. But planning such a work was not as simple as the responsible ones thought, and after making many mistakes in the construction, the responsible ones gradually saw the building collapsing, leaving many people injured and also a great financial loss for those responsible. Three, exploding tires. Some mistakes may not seem serious, but if not resolved, they can become real tragedies. When designing one of the first models of the Explorer car, Ford recognized a design flaw in the vehicle's wheels, which they tried to compensate for using special tires for the model. However, since the tire model used supported little load, it would explode quickly as soon as the car reached a high speed. The companies entered into a legal dispute that cost both of them millions of dollars. Four, skilled train driver. Even in the most developed countries, which have an extensive railway line, mistakes in rail maintenance can still happen, as we can see in these scenes that left many people apprehensive. In the recording, we can see a huge train that had to deviate from its usual route, passing through a railway line that did not receive constant maintenance. But with great care and reducing the speed to the maximum, the skilled train driver managed to reach the end of the route without any accidents. Surely, the train driver must have reported the poor condition of the railway line to his superiors and made sure not to come back that way again. Five, train in the middle of the road. The expansion of roads in big cities happened in a short period of time, and some situations forced traffic engineers to adopt unusual solutions for their projects. In this curious recording, we can see a train passing in the middle of a very busy road, without any light or sound signal. Drivers who always take this highway must be used to this bizarre passage, which may have already caused numerous accidents in the region. Probably, a new railway line is being built by the responsible engineers. So, have you already left your like? Have you subscribed to the channel? What do you think about the worst engineering mistakes? Can you leave a comment down there with hashtag top 10 EVT? So keep watching until the end to find out more. Don't forget that to enter the iPhone giveaway, you need to comment something with hashtag top 10 EVT, okay? 6. Collapsing building. This building that collapsed in Colombia became very well known in the country for having been built even with a gross mistake by the engineering team. After many studies, all the buildings next to it were also condemned by the expert engineers of the local government, who could not guarantee their stability. In the projects, the engineers did not consider the unevenness of the ground, and also did not make any preparation for it to receive such a high-level construction. Throughout the construction, the ground did not provide the necessary support for the structure, which ended up being demolished even before its inauguration. Seven. Buildings in China. Even in the most populous country in the world, there are some mistakes that were only noticed after the start of many constructions. As a way to encourage the distribution of people throughout its territory, the Chinese government and many engineering companies built true residential and commercial condominiums in sparsely populated regions. But they disregarded the reason why people did not want to leave their regions, and also did not take into account the high costs that should be paid by these supposed new residents. As a consequence, various buildings and entire condominiums were abandoned throughout the country. 8. Space station. Designing a space station is certainly not the simplest task for engineers and architects, who need to take into consideration hundreds of facts and characteristics of huge constructions. The Skylab station became known as one of those projects where the responsible parties did not consider many important factors, and upon returning to Earth, the station ended up exploding upon entering the atmosphere. In the scene, we can see many debris ending up near Australia, where fortunately it only hit the ocean. Nine. Bank building. A large group of banks decided to build an imposing building in one of the most expensive regions in the world, and after negotiating with some neighbors, they were authorized to start construction, but it should not hide the facades of the surrounding buildings. This obligation made the work have to be built on pillars, but they did not consider the very strong winds that the building would face at many meters high. To avoid any unpleasant surprises, the responsible engineers were forced to weld the entire structure of the building again, in a maintenance that cost millions of dollars. North Korean skyscraper. The project of this hotel stands out for its boldness, but it has been under construction since 1987 and has no end date. With the intention of building a hotel that stands out for its architecture, the engineers did not consider the country's financial problems in past decades, which halted the work for many years. In addition, the skyscraper became famous for its various errors in its structural calculations, and being a hotel aimed at foreigners may face further problems, as we can say that North Korea is far from being the destination sought by those who want to go on vacation to relax. Sinking building. Some constructions are so large that they can even damage the soil on which they stand, causing the building to gradually sink. This was the case with this building in the United States, where experts realized that the construction is sinking a few centimeters into the ground every year. This building, where the apartments were supposed to be worth millions, ended up being a failure of its builders and cost millions of dollars in compensation to its future owners. It is still standing today, but has few sold properties, most of which were returned by the owners to the company responsible for the work. Many of these accidents could have been avoided with a much more cautious study by the engineers, whom we all trust our lives with every day, even without realizing it. Which of these accidents caught your attention the most, and why? Write to us in the comments below. If you liked this video, watch the next video, which will be Top 10 Most Dangerous Airports in the World. The link is in the description of this video. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because your contribution is very important to us. Share this video and leave a comment with the hashtag #Top10EVT. Deal? Now check out these super interesting videos that are appearing here on the screen. If you're on your cell phone, these videos might not show up on the screen, but the links are down below in the description of this video. Click on one of them and have fun.